What is up, guys? We are back out here on the Latent Lake, and once again, it's actually not gonna be about... Well, it is kinda gonna be about it, but it's not gonna be about the trophies that I'm gonna be showing you in this video, because we're once again gonna be talking. But if you are into any kind of Call of the Wild related content, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more daily Call of the Wild uploads. A thing that has been in the game since April of 2020, if I remember correct, is the Great One. And a thing that has also been with the game since April 2020 has been bugged Great Ones. There has been tons of different issues with the Great Ones. The Great Ones not spawning, the Great One spawning with only one of the rack shapes, the Great Ones not spawning at all, and then all of a sudden they spawn as underweights or overweights, or I don't know. I don't even know. And you know what the latest and greatest is? We're now starting to see whitetails being level 4 and 5. Is this something EW has done on purpose because they want to bring the whitetails up to a class 5 animal? I would highly doubt that. I do think there is an issue with the spawning, and I do think they're bugged. At least the 5s and 4s I've seen so far has all been overweight as well. So now my conspiracy goes, are we looking at Great Ones spawning in as 4s and 5s? We've even seen uneven Great Ones now, where it has 2 of the different rack shapes as well. And I just don't know. It's just such a cool feature of the game. In my mind, the Great One was meant to be the thing that kept the veteran players, or the players that has been playing for a really long time, busy with getting that thing, you know. You would be one of the only few people in the game to have. I mean, I know of like 3 guys that has it, and I have a pretty big Discord. But these kind of issues has deterred me from actually grinding the Great One very much. I hate to know if I were to invest maybe 1,000 hours in trying to get that dang deer, and just to find out, well, they actually don't even spawn currently. There is an issue with the spawning. Something like that, I hate wasting time, for real. And that is mainly the reason why I'm trying to steer away. Once I see some of the other content creators start to actually get the Great Ones, I know a lot of them are currently doing the Great One grind, and I wish them all kinds of luck. But once I start to see them and we know they're legit, they're spawning and such, I might get back on it, especially if we get to see the different rack shapes, because there's a Great One, there's small ones, and you know, there's just different ones. But as long as I don't know, and that's the issue with having something that rare, we actually don't even know if it's broken. Only thing we see is that all the stuff that's broken around them, and that is keeping me from doing the Great One grind as it is. But something that rare is going to be super hard for us to check, and I don't even know what we can do about it. It doesn't even seem like EW knows what's actually going on with them, but we just know that something isn't as it's supposed to be with the whitetails, and that scares me when it comes to that. However, I don't want to make the entire video about just the whitetail Great Ones, but now I've kind of given you the ideas of what's going on, right? What I also want to do is that I want to start talking about what other kinds of Great Ones we could see, and some of them could be an pretty evenly easy way to introduce something really cool to the game that's going to be very rare. Obviously, if you watched any of my streams over on Twitch, you know that the Great One that I want the most, it doesn't even have to look anything spectacular. Give me a melanistic lion. Put a melanistic Great One lion on Bohonga Savannah, and I will spend 98% of my game time on that map. The other 2% I'm probably going to be spending in the lobby trying to find multiplayer servers with the lion drinking time. But something as simple as that, because it would be super rare. I don't know if melanistic lions is a thing in real life. I think we've actually seen some pictures, but I don't know if they were actually photoshopped. But could you imagine running around in the savannah and actually finding a melanistic lion? You have all seen, well, probably, most of you have seen my albino lions, or someone else's albino lions. They look great. As long as we don't have true body size to the lions and such, it doesn't really make sense to make it any bigger or anything, but it would just be such a super easy thing. Just change a few settings around, have it have a completely black mane and very dark skin tone. That would be freaking amazing. And honestly, that would take, for me, it would take the crown of any great ones that I would want right now. We could also look into like something like Grade 1 Red Deer, but I don't even know what they could do with those kind of thing. I mean, we could also have the, just going back to the lion real quick, we could have that look like with scars and such from Scar of Lion King or something like that. But Grade 1 Red Deer, I have a hard time seeing what they're actually going to be able to do without making it even more obscure, because already as it is, what the frick? Even I completely lost what I was gonna say. But even with the Grade 1 Red Deer, where were they actually gonna take that? Because we have the level 9s and they already look ridiculous. So I have a hard time seeing where they're gonna take something like that. We can always say with the Blacktails, well, could make them non-typical, or honestly, even just bring back the OG rack. Make it a little bigger or something. Just, I don't know, it would be hilarious to see some of those guys. But some of them, we're out at that level. But I've also talked about this on several occasions, and this would probably be one of the ways we could build some real hype back onto Medved. And it's a Siberian tiger. What if the Grade 1 didn't need to be a specific species best animal, but the way the Grade 1s would start working would be, hey, whenever you shoot an animal on Medved Tiger, there's gonna be a 0.0001% chance or something that you could have a Siberian tiger spawn in on your map somewhere. I know we don't really have the model for the tiger, but I'm pretty sure we have some very competent developers of the game, right? They could probably figure out how to make a tiger from a lion body pretty fast, I would imagine. But could you honestly tell me you wouldn't be spending a buck-ton of time on Medved Tiger if you knew there was going to be a chance that at one point you'd end up running into a tiger? I know it might not make sense to spend so much time on something that so little people is probably ever gonna see. But, on the other hand, I have no idea how long time it took to make the different rack shapes and such for the Grade 1 whitetail. And at least with the tiger, you would have very clear idea if it spawns, because, well, if you find a tiger track on your map, you know you would have to chase that son of a gun down, right? Because, hey, if I ever find a tiger track on tiger, there is no way that thing is not going to end up in my lodge. And especially with the tiger, I think that it could be a pretty easy thing from, as I said, the lions. Wouldn't be that hard to do a few modifications. And honestly, I think for the most part, it would take less time than making new rack shapes, like 5 or 10 different new rack shapes for some of the animals. However, I really don't know, but it's just an idea that I've had and I would love to see introduced at some point. And just building on to that idea, we could do the same thing with, let's say, elephants on Vahonga. I know, again, it's gonna be a little bit of a topic that's gonna fire up some people, you know. But could you imagine that all of a sudden you play Vahonga Savannah, you've been playing it for 1,000 hours, all of a sudden you have that one track where you just be like, oh my god, I know what this is gonna be. Obviously would probably need some kind of weaponry to take it down, but it just opens up for something so freaking cool for the people that has been playing this game for so long that is starting to lose interest, because let's face it guys, diamonds and rares are really common when you spend a few thousand hours playing this game. And to just increase the longevity of the game, having something like that to chase for, and I don't know, man. I don't think I'd be able to put the game down again. However, is it gonna be worth it to start investing manpower in trying to make something where the majority of people are probably never gonna see it? I think so, if they really want to cater to their existing player base. I couldn't think of anybody who would go like, nah, I don't want to hunt an elephant, even though it's a great one and the chances are I'm probably never gonna get it. But what if you did though? What if you did? And as always guys, I would love to know your thoughts about the Grade 1s and the ideas that I'm kind of presenting here down in the comments down below. I know that these kind of videos don't offer a lot of interesting gameplay and such, but it's not what it's about. It's about listening to me! and my ideas, so I can get to listen to your ideas. We also have the Discord open for discussion if you want to join that, or we even stream on Twitch once in a while, well, daily. You could come check us out over there. But guys, let me know your thoughts, and oh, god dang it. Where are they going? Ah, it's just a doe. It's just a doe. We're actually gonna let that one live, so we kind of get an idea of what's going on out on this map, and pick that guy up. So now I should have an albino, a female whitetail running around here that we could let's call her Betty. We can call her Betty. She's gonna be roaming around in this area of my Layton Lake map, and once in a while we can go back and say hi to her. But I just see so many interesting things that they could do with the grade ones, but if they do grade ones the way they've done the whitetails, where we just don't know. Do they spawn? Do they not? Do they overweight? I mean, what would the tiger be? If that had issues spawning, and we just didn't see it for a month, well, we could just say like, okay, there's something wrong here. We are not seeing the tigers on Medved, and go to EW. But the problem is now, with the whitetails, we're seeing the whitetail spawn. We're seeing them spawn as level 4s and 5s as well, and overweight. And we just, I think it would make it easier for EW to track what the issues were if they didn't mess around with the current species in the game. But as always, leave your thoughts in the comments down below. If you're new, hit that subscribe button, and yeah, then I'll hopefully see you in the next one.